Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton. As you can see, I'm back in Las Vegas. It's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the daytime TV shows that we do is The Bold and the Beautiful. But before we get into The Bold and Beautiful, so last week, let me tell you, well, first of all, there's this weird smell coming, and it's faint though, so I can't even pinpoint it. Like, I'm not sure if it's from my apartment or if it's from another apartment around here. It's faint and it's kind of weird, and it doesn't smell like anything's like rotting or anything, and it doesn't smell like anything's burning either, but I don't know. It makes me kind of want to just douse the whole place in bleach and smell the bleach, because I like that smell, actually. I love the fragrance of bleach, but just to make it more powerful. You know what? Maybe I'll light a candle. We'll see. That's what's the one drawback to living in an apartment, is that when something like this happens and you're not sure where that's from, you can't really tell, because it could be you, it could be someone else. If I had my own house, I'd be like, oh, I gotta clean something because something's not right, right? Anyways, so I started off last week in Rohnert Park, which is where I did the Amazing Race recap yesterday, and the last recap, not yesterday, it was a few days ago, but yeah. And then I drove from Rohnert Park to Yreka, California, which is just shy of the Oregon border, and it was like a 5-hour drive. And I stayed in Yreka a couple days, and then yesterday, so this is how crazy my day was yesterday. Yesterday, I got up at midnight, right? So the day before, I was so exhausted, I went to bed at like 10 minutes to 4, and I woke up at midnight. So I got 8 hours of sleep. It's not like I didn't get any sleep. I did get it. Unfortunately, of course, the minute I decide to go to sleep is when the world falls to shit, and, my phone is ringing off the hook. But, the good thing about me is that when I'm asleep, I am asleep. So they all went to voicemail. I was like, sorry, whatever. So basically, I then got up at midnight, and I left Yreka at 1:30 in the morning, and with my coworker, and then I wasn't alone, thank goodness. So I was with my coworker, and then we drove from Yreka, I was driving, to Oakland Airport, which going it was 7 hours away because we had to go to Rohnert Park, but because we didn't have to go through Rohnert Park, it only took 6 hours to get home, which is fine. So we got to the airport at 7:30. Our flight left at 9:30. We landed in Vegas at 11 a.m. I got home. I changed my pants because my pants were they were sweatpants, so I couldn't wear those even on casual day. I can't wear those to work. So I had to change my pants into some jeans. Then I went into work. Then I went into the office, and I stayed at the office until 6:30. And then I left the office at 6:30, and then I bought some booze because I needed some liquor in a big way. And you know what? Okay, here's the hilarious thing about that, though. So I needed some liquor in a big way, and you know how much I had to drink last night? Nothing. I had zero. I had no booze, no pills, and nothing. Which is hilarious because I needed booze so much I had to go out and go buy some. It was crazy. So after I ate dinner, I was so exhausted I just went to bed. And then I woke up this morning, and now I'm ready to go for today. So, it's just, when you've got a very scheduled life, it is very difficult. All right. Having said all that, let's move into The Bold and the Beautiful. So The Bold and the Beautiful, I know that a lot of people are very frustrated with the show. And there are some things that kind of frustrate me and irritate me as well. But I'm not quite at that point yet with the show where I'm just done with it, or just everything is just a criticism, because that's not true. Like, for example, the scenes with Wyatt and Katie, where Wyatt broke up with Katie this week. I know. I never thought that day would come. It's crazy. But yeah, he broke up with Katie because he saw her kissing Thorne at the wedding. And you might think, well, God, that's kind of out of character for Wyatt to just to just let go of someone. Like normally he's like, you know, fighting, like he fought for Steffi, he fought for Hope. You know, he's a fighter. You know, he's a Spencer. So, but this time he just let her go. But if you think about it, maybe he was like that. Maybe he let her go this time because he really does love her quite so much. And if she wants to be with Thorne and Thorne will make her happy, he's going to let her do that. Right? So maybe Wyatt's growing up a little bit, maybe. So I'm not quite so quick to first of all, I do love Katie and Wyatt together. And I think Katie is a fool to go with Thorne. Don't get me wrong. I think that Thorne is obviously very hot. And he's very likable, too. I mean, Thorne has been around since episode 1 of the show. So, 30 years ago. So, he is a legacy character. And, you know, so in this instance, I feel like I just feel like there's a better match for Thorne out there. Like, you know, and I know this. See, and here's the thing, too, that's kind of upsetting to me is that if an older man dates a much younger woman, people are like, oh, he's a sugar daddy, or because in a way it's actually vaguely misogynistic because they're assuming that that woman can't take care of herself because she's a woman, I guess. I don't know. But in a way it's also anti-misogynistic, though, because it's like, but if a woman were to date a much younger man, you know, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people who have issues with that too, but it, you know, for the most part, at least to me, it feels more socially acceptable. I don't know, and maybe it's because in my head I'm giving men too much credit at too young of an age, or maybe I'm giving women too. I don't know, but I think that's kind of because I think that Thorne should go out with Sally Spectra. I think that would be the best. I mean, let's be real. Thorne used to be married to Sally's cousin, Macy. Well, her second cousin Macy. And you know how I was able to figure that out? Because I know that the original Sally Spectra and Shirley Spectra are sisters, right? And Macy was Sally's daughter, but Sally the second is Shirley's granddaughter, so that's why they're second cousins. I know, it took me a while to figure that out too. He's very familiar with the family, right? You would think that he would have at least met Shirley at some point, if not Sally as well. So he's already familiar with the family. He's familiar with her business, which is a big deal to her. You know, obviously that is a big deal, you know, because he's worked there in the past. And I think that it would be a good opportunity for him to flex his design skills and go work for Spectra, and then kind of have a little fling develop with Sally. Now, okay, so then let me talk about another couple, a potential couple that I think should happen. I think, and now remember how I was a big fan of Sauerline, which was Saul and Caroline, and then Caroline left the show, and then it's like, okay, well, so much for that. But now I'm thinking that Saul should hook up with Hope. I think they would be, I think it would be nice to get Hope away from all of that Sturm und Drang of the fucking Spencer boys and the mess of their lives, and to have like a really sweet romance with Saul, who will treat her like a goddess, right? And maybe it might make Sally a little jealous now because she's not the center of his attention. Who knows? Or maybe she'll be thrilled for him and will encourage the union. But I think that I think I kind of would like to see that, actually. I think there's a lot of storytelling potential there. Speaking of Hope, so there's a rumor that's been going around, and I don't know if this is true or not, and I hope it isn't, because the rumor is that Hope did not lose Wyatt's baby, and she went and gave birth in Italy, and that's why it took her so long to come back, and then she's going to, all of a sudden, we'll find out she's got a child. I mean, I just think that's wrong on so many levels, and here's what. The first one is, we saw the doctor tell her that she lost her baby. So, I mean, that wasn't even something that was played off camera. Like, there's a scene with the doctor telling Hope she lost the baby. So, second of all, she's been gone for a while. She's been gone for a hot minute. So that kid has got to be at least 1.5, at least. So that makes me wonder, okay, and not just that, but we've seen Hope 2 times since she went to Italy. One time when she called, she FaceTimed with Deacon to kind of stop the wedding between Deacon and Quinn, and it didn't work. That's how long ago she left. Deacon and Quinn weren't even married yet. And second, when Liam went missing and when they did the whole Adam and Eve thing with Quinn, Hope was the first person Steffi called. Now, don't get me wrong. That was actually a very good use of history for Steffi to call Hope right away. And she was like, where is he? And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? And that was really great. I loved that. That was wonderful. But in neither of those 2 scenes had she put on any weight. Because if you're going to have a baby, you're going to put on some weight. And then, once you get rid of the baby, you might lose all that weight, but it'll take a while. You're not going to lose it all instantly. So, I don't know. And would she just leave her child in Italy then while she comes here? I mean, that just, no way. She would never do that. So, I hope that was just a rumor and it's not true, because that would just be really, really upsetting. Anyways. And then there was a whole bunch of other crap going on with, Ridge and Brooke's wedding, but it's annoying. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. And you can hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk about the Bold and Beautiful, or you can also hashtag Pump Rules to talk about Vanderpump Rules, which I'm doing next. I don't know why, but I just love that show. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And if you look around that YouTube channel, you'll find my story time with Angel Benton, where I tell stories from my life. So please feel free to check that out too. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.